And welcome back to Music Free Gaming. I hope you're having a fabulous day. I totally just skipped the webcam and went straight to whatever this is, which is okay. I'm sure it's totally fine and stuff. Um, yeah, it's totally fine. I yep. Anyway, sorry, I'm a little discombobulated this evening. I was dealing with a headache for most of the afternoon. It's pretty much gone, mostly. So it's going to be really chill here for a while as I try not to, have pain in my head and stuff. I don't know about you. Headaches are not my favorite kind of pain ever. So I do like to avoid that when possible. And so we're going to sort of keep things laid back and stuff. Oh, I do want to show you though. I did spend a little time this morning. I built my brewer. It exists. I need to get all the stuff in it so that it, does things and stuff and things. But, that's a problem for future me. Maybe. Maybe I'll get all of the stuff in it. I don't know. That seems like a lot of work, though. So, instead of doing that, I'm just going to put the roof on the building, okay? The church needs a roof, and apparently it needs a roof that's going to angle down, because that's a thing that happens. Why does one of those... Oh, okay. So why does that seem wrong? Because it is. But it's not, because stuff will get filled in and stuff, and on the plus side, the goats will come out and watch, and it'll be fun. Anyway, so hope you're all having a day full of, dayness and stuff. Trying to think if anything fun and exciting is going on. It's not so much. Got a gift card from work last week, and so I ordered a couple of things, and one of them was a DVD copy of The Intern, which I think I've talked about here on stream a couple of times. I've got a really late movie review coming out about it next week. TLDR, loved the movie, so very excited about it. As excited as I could be with this whole I don't want to hurt in my head thing I got going on today. All right. Now, what I don't know, one is actually how far out this roof is going to go. Catch it? Bummer. So I don't know how far out this way we're going to go. Obviously, we've got this part of the structure for the machine. There is going to be a front area that's more decorative and stuff. Maybe there'll be other things in there. I don't know. But that's going to be over there. But that's going to be in a whole separate front room. And so I don't know how far out I want that to go. Probably not too much farther than that, but we'll kind of see as I get the building up and shapes and things. Now, as I've been thinking about this a little bit, this building's going to have, well, it's got the brewer in it, and it seems like a reasonable idea to have enough deep slate to finish the roof. Unfortunately, I don't have enough deep slate to finish the roof, at least not in my hot little hands. So we'll dip the hands in the cold and the snow so they won't be quite so hot. And then I'll have probably still not enough deep slate to finish the roof, but you know, I'll feel better about myself, and that's the important thing here, really. Yeah, I wanted to build this brewer. I designed it in creative a little while ago, over the weekend maybe. I had done some work on it earlier, and it's based somewhat on the automated brewer I've already built and put a video out on, which is there. Unfortunately, this one's got some complications that I'm not totally thrilled with. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't know that I have a good solution. So what I have works, and it works fine. It is not Bedrock compatible, unfortunately. My previous one is like sort of Bedrock compatible, kinda. This one is not. Fortunately, I have a timer on it to deal with the fact that it's really long. Unfortunately, that timer doesn't work in Bedrock, and I've been thinking about it a little bit, and that's the piece. That timer right there. That I just don't know what sort of fix I could do. What could I put in place that would work in Bedrock? And I just don't have a thought. Nor do I have ideas. You know, thoughts and ideas are things I do not have. Also, deep slate may also be something I don't have. So may have to go meander out and get some more stuff. But we'll see. We shall totally see. My hope is that I've cut enough deep slate to at least finish this roof. I know I don't have enough on me, but I might have more elsewhere, which would be good. Also, I know I've got a fair amount of uncobbled deep slate. I'd have to obviously remine it. But we may have to, yeah, shoot. All right, obviously I don't have any more deep slate here. Let me see what I've got in this big mess of nonsense. That's... Dude, you look like you've had a day, man. Step into a fire or something? Yeah, see here, I've got a bunch of non-cobbled deep slate, which is kind of hard to do anything with. There, man. Where'd you go? There you go. There. Feel better about yourself. All right, I think we're gonna have to take a quick jaunt out back to the ancient city and just see what's over there. Yeah, because I don't think I've got anything here. Fortunately, it's just a quick trip to the Nether, so that's at least over the roof, anyway. Oh, man. It's been a day. It's been a day. Spent some of the morning, obviously, building that machine, doing some other things. Yeah, turns out the schematic for I designed it using, or in the latest release, the Mounts of Mayhem drop. We're not there on the server. Hopefully that's something that will change over the next couple of days. That's just something I have to Oh, that's all cracked stuff. Anyway, that's something I'm gonna have to get in on. Okay, I've got some tiled stairs here. That's great. Got some. Whew. That's basalt. That's fake deep slate. Okay, there's some basalt. Oh no. Definitely running a bit short here. Okay. All right. Well, that stinks. All right, well, we'll do what we can. Get as much done. I think actually I should maybe focus a little bit of time over top of the machine, but that would make sense, and I don't know that I want to go for something that makes sense. So probably what I should do is rather than double thicket, I should, because I've been doing the top and bottom layers of the roof so it stays nice and slanted inside the build. Maybe what I should do is just do the top. That will deal with the roof, at least a fair amount of it. Though, as I said, I've got a bunch of non-cobbled deep slate, so I could. Right, I've got a bunch of this. So I could break this out, mine it, but that would be ridiculously slow. Oh, yeah, these those lights I just walked past. This is something I was playing with a little bit on stream the other day, and then Snoopers came in and built up a couple of different options. Sort of waiting for this one to oxidize, but I like this one, I think. I think this is my favorite of the two. But we'll see. When this oxidizes, I think having the flame behind the green would be really good. But, you know, there's something we can play with a little bit. So let's see. Oh, I should also mention, normally I stream on Thursdays. I'm not going to stream on Thursday this week because it's Christmas Day, and that seems like a thing I should probably skip. All right, I'm just going to cover this side. I'll get in and do the underneath later. It's not quite as convenient, but right now I don't have enough resources to completely fill things in. So this is where we're at today. And I know the title promises that I'm going to be falling off the roof. And, oh yes, that may come. That may come. Okay. Yeah, so there's some things I'm gonna be playing with here. But yeah, see, I like the actual slants there. And there are some details I'm gonna try to get in place with that, but that's, I don't know. It can wait. I've got to get at least get the roof in place. And it's definitely handy, you know, doing the roof if, okay, I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. It's definitely handy doing the roof so that it doesn't snow on my machine much more. Not that it makes that much difference, but, you know, still. All right. Have I mentioned that roofing is like my least favorite thing to do in Minecraft? It's tedious and boring, and also it's got just enough that you have to pay attention to because you can't just crouch on stairs. You'll fall off. And placing stairs is just awkward. So, yeah. Not my favorite thing in the world. But I chose to build this tall A-framed structure rather than some nice Adobe, Spanish style or Southwest US style, monstrosity. So yeah, that's how we go, right? Okay, well, that's fine. We'll see how far I can get with this. If I need more, and let's face it, I almost certainly will, have a place to go get it and stuff. Hey Ella, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a fabulous day over there on Twitch. All the roofing fun. But yeah, if I need to go get some more deep slate, I know where there's an ancient city underneath my underneath the Badlands. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm doing okay. I had a headache earlier today, but it's mostly gone. So we're going streaming, and hopefully it will not come back because that would suck. But yeah, there's an ancient city underneath my base in the Badlands, and I'd like to go raid it one of these days, but it involves digging out deep slate and stuff to get to it. So that'll be the plan, though. I don't know that I have the spoons to deal with that today. The last thing I want to do is get all scared and panicked and stuff, and then end up giving myself a headache again. But otherwise, things are okay. And obviously, I'm not getting this out of the roof. Let's just focus on the bits and bobs that are covering the brewer down there. Yeah, I've been thinking about this build a little bit too. And thinking that, I've got the brewer in there. It might be a good idea to add a netherwort farm underneath it. Underneath it or above it, I don't know if I want to put a level ceiling in that room and then put in an attic where I would put in the netherwort stuff, or if I want to dig under the floor and hide a farm in the basement like you do. It makes you want to play Minecraft again. Well, good. Minecraft is fun. This isn't the most exciting flavor of it at the moment, but cheese monkeys. But honestly, roofing. I can't make roofing more interesting. It's just a pain. But that's where we're at. It's awful. Yeah. Yeah, the other problem with roofing, and now part of this is my problem, is I don't do a lot of texturing and stuff, just in general, but especially on roofs. So it gets especially boring here, but okay. So at least we're done up to this point. So the machine is reasonably protected from the elements. Oh, also, how are we doing in here, guys? Hang on, I'm going to breed up another couple of rabbits. Okay. All right, so let's see now. Just real quick, light levels are safe. That's good. Yeah, this is actually really fun design here on this brewer. I have nothing set up yet, but the idea is you can hit the note block and it would brew one batch of potions. Or you can flip the lever and it would do all the potions. Like, seriously, it would just keep brewing until it ran out of bottles or storage space. Okay. All right, so that should be good. We've got some snow over here. Not that it would actually matter, I think, over there, but okay. Didn't get anything in the hoppers there. Okay. Great. And, you know, I don't know about you, but I'm not typically a person who likes having snow inside one's build, so... Okay, that's not... I say that, but my Badlands base has walls made of snow, so, you know, there's a thing. Okay, so now... So we'll do some terraforming here. The roof we're going to do... That's why you avoid snowy biomes. See, jeez, monkeys. See, I like, honestly, my favorite biomes to build in are some of the snowy ones. I like, maybe not the full snow ones, but the taiga biomes. I love those. But this one, I wanted to build, well, one, that's spawn. Spawn in this world just happened to be in a snowy taiga area. And that's where I built my shulker farm. But I thought it would be kind of fun to build sort of a winter village over here. You know, I built this glass snow globe basically over the shulker farm. And now it's got all sorts of little decorative stuff. And got this red brick building coming in. And one of the other players on the server built a snowman. And this is going to be a church of some sort or other. And also a brewing lab. Goes with the whole Minecraft theme of clerics being chemists. So yeah, so that's gonna be a thing. You know what? Let's head back to my Badlands base. See if I have any more deep slate. I brought a bunch of it back from my ancient city base. I suppose I could dig out more deep slate there too. That would be a thing. But oh, jeez, monkeys! The golem scared me. Got him around just because occasionally we get. See these guys. He's supposed to be down here, dealing with zombie golems, but no, he had to walk up here and lounge or something. Am I a reader? Yes, I do enjoy reading. Reading is fun. I don't always read as much as I would want to, but I do enjoy it. Where am I going? This way. Ack! Oh no, I'm going to go over here first. You love to read as well? Awesome. What are you into? I actually just finished a reread of Lord of the Rings here just this afternoon, actually, which was awesome. It's one of my favorite books. Hopefully I'll get the server upgraded here in the next few days. I don't have to worry about that anymore. The Lightmatica error. Okay, let's see what I've got over here. I don't think I have a lot, actually. And to be fair, I think I actually checked this just before stream. Got some cracked stuff, which I can't make into stairs. Got some raw deep slate. Okay. All right, well, not much going on here. Let's head out to the Badlands and see what I've got there. You like historical fiction and thrillers. Fun. Thrillers aren't my jam, but one of my favorite, I guess maybe favorite's too hard, but one book I really, really like. It's a book called Killer Angels by Michael Shara. And it's a narrative fictionalized tale of or story of the Battle of Gettysburg. He took from the journals and accounts given by the survivors, primarily Generals Longstreet and Lee and Colonel Chamberlain, who was I think he was commander of the 20th Maine, but a bunch of other historical accounts of the battle, and told a really great story of it. That was fun. Yeah, mostly I'm into I like sci-fi and fantasy primarily, though I do have some tech books up here too, so that's fun. You're intrigued? Yeah, it's an excellent book. It was written in the mid-70s. I think he wrote a prequel to it too called Gods and Generals, but I've not read that one. But Killer Angels is an excellent book. And it really helps you feel sort of what it was like to be, there in the Battle of Gettysburg and fighting during the Civil War. All right, so let's take a look, see what I've got here. Now, I might have some deep slates over here. Oh, I do. This might actually be enough. You know what would be really cool, though, is having a shulker box. Let's see if I've got one made up. Otherwise, we'll just... Okay, don't have any there. I have got plenty of shulker shells, so... we'll just have to craft one. I don't have any chests on me, though. That's annoying. Alright, well, let's go see if I've got some. It's glass. Let's see if I have chests. Well, that would be a nope. Okay. Oh, but anyway, yeah, so I was really into that book, The Killer Angels. I read it, I think the first time I read it, I was probably in high school. And yeah, it was good. We read a few of those. I think we might have read that one, and we read what was it? Red Badge of Courage. Wasn't too keen on that one, but Killer Angels was really good. All right. Well, now that I have pretty much the last of my deep slate, I think this will do. Yeah, this is my base out here. This is a let me free camp for a minute. Got this nice little gas powered Dealy Bob out here. Just sort of having a day. It's fun. I've got a bunch of things I want to do. I want to get underneath and I want to terraform a little bit, turn some of this desert into something green and growing. Yeah, but it's like this ship is coming, it's like terraforming the planet. I think it would be kind of cool. But that whole project is sort of on hold because I decided I wanted to build this winter village. So that's what we're doing. And that's one of the best things about Minecraft is you don't have to do things in order. You want to stop and do something else, go to stop and do something else. But yeah, I'm trying to think what else. I haven't said historical fiction was not typically my jam. I've read a few that were sort of less memorable, but my wife convinced me to read a couple of books she liked, but they were more like historical romances. And they were okay, just not really my cup of tea, you know? I do occasionally like a good biography or other history. Read one not too long ago. Maybe it was last year. Or well, actually it's probably earlier this year now that I think about it. That was it was a biography of Thomas Jefferson, which was really good. You feel the same way about sci-fi? That's awesome. You know, I not everything has everyone has to like what the everything everybody else likes. There we go. I have words. I can make the words come out in the thing. Yeah. And it's a thing. I love that we all have different tastes, you know. All right. Okay, I think this should be enough to at least bring this over here, and then I'll worry about the underside of this roof after. I'm going to go ahead and finish this side in the double, but does my wife play Minecraft with me? No, she does not. No, every once in a while she's talked about, yeah, maybe I want to try it and stuff, but she's kind of into other things, so. Okay. Oh, wait, yeah, that would be a slab there. Awesome. Okay, so before I finish up the rest of this, I don't have the slabs, but that's all right. You know, I grabbed that shulker box, didn't put anything in it, because that would have made sense. Okay. I need to think about how far out I want this building to be, though. Because there's some things I want to do with the roof as it comes down the sides. And I really want to actually like know how wide the building's going to be. Though honestly, this isn't bad. I might. So here's how this is going to work, okay? This is one of those where I'm sort of building the interior first. Sort of. I built the shell specifically for this machine. Okay? So we're going to have this big room. That's going to be the brewer and maybe some other things. I've got a temporary rabbit farm. Carrots, here we go. Because I need to have rabbit's feet. I need at least a couple to label the storage here. Or at least one to label the storage. Plus, it'd be nice if I had a few more just in case I wanted to make a jump potion. But the idea is we'll have a wall here. I'm going to come out this way with some decorative stuff. I'm going to have a stained glass window up here and up there. So I think probably what I should do, just taking a look at the size of the building and where we're at on the hill, I think I want to bring this out another couple of blocks just to give myself a little bit of extra room. But then, oh, come on, where did I put it? I really should, you know, color code my boxes a little bit better than that. Okay. Hey, no worries. No worries. Take care, Ella. It's great to have you here. My next stream will be on Saturday morning, actually. So, because I'm not going to stream on Christmas, so I think this will work. We'll come out to here. Yes. Yep. Take care. Merry Christmas to you as well. All right. So we'll bring this away. And I should probably carve out some of the snow. Yep. There's a large mass of snow here that we should probably do something about. which is fun. I live in Colorado, and there's a ski resort called Snowmass. Never been there, but I know it exists. Yeah, one of my coworkers is a big snowboarder, but despite having lived in Colorado my entire life, I have never been one to actually go skiing. But then again, I'm an avid indoorsman, so I guess that's not overly surprising. Okay. Yeah, I think with the deep slate I brought back, I may have to get a happy ghast over here and do the inside of this roof. Why is that so shiny up there? Huh, just a rendering artifact, I guess. All right, cool. Anyway, I may have to bring a happy ghast in here to finish the roof, but it's all good. Okay. Yeah, I think this will work. This will give me a little bit more space to work with inside. And I think that's going to be a good thing. Now, obviously, I'm going to have to move the rabbit farm. It was there. It's a temporary thing. I got really lucky, I guess, if you want to call it that. I ran into a couple of these little toasty rabbits. Snow goes there. Just looking around, just happened to find two of them, and they were like babies. So, all right, I will rescue you from whatever fate worse than goats. And I did find a rabbit body and a goat nearby, so I figured goats are probably not safe to be around. So, what was I watching a while back? Probably Gemini Tay. She had a hardcore, yeah. She had a Skyblock series. I think she was in hardcore. I don't remember now. And I said, oh yes, we'll set up a zoo and I'll bring all of these animals in here. Oh, here's some goats. We'll store some goats in there. And goats killed off her other animals. And it's sad. All right. And here we go. All right. So nothing too crazy here. I'm one of those people who I like to start boring on my builds. I like to get the shape in place first and then get to doing detailing and stuff after. So that's definitely what's going to be happening here. Of course, it's sometimes a wonder that any of my builds actually have detail, so, that's a thing. I am definitely not the Minecraft artist that you get with somebody like Good Times with Scar, or actually most of the hermits, if I'm going to be honest with you. Okay, I might be able to match Skizzleman in, artistic design prowess, but that's probably it. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, man. So there is a distinct possibility I'm going to have to take down this this wall I just put up here. But we'll take a look. So kind of what I'm thinking here is, let's see, where is this? This is 2 blocks out from that. So if I go, was it 1, 2 here? Oops, I need deep slate. I really don't have to take all the blocks with me when I do stuff. Deep slate. Okay. 1, 2. That would be here. Why? That's why. Because those are slabs. Let's try this with the stairs here this time, huh? 2. Okay. There, that's looking better. All right. So let's bring this out this way. Obviously, my shulker boxes are in the way, but we'll deal with that in a minute. Now, if I'm lined up correctly, that would be right here. And I need some logs. Ah! Logs we got. All right, so kind of what I'm thinking is we'll run these logs periodically, right? And the roof will come over. I actually think I want to bring this out this way a bit. Is that really lined up? What is that? 87. Yeah, okay. All right. How far apart is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, that might not be too bad of spacing overall. Let's see, I'm gonna have to move this tree. So let's do that. All right. One spruce out of the way. All right. So if we do this, where this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then this would go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This goes here. All right, now we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's the side of the building. That actually works out really well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. That actually works surprisingly well. Okay. So let's meander over this way and check our spacing as we bring this out over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There. Dang, that was good. All right. All right. Wise man once said, better to be lucky than good. Yep. Lucky is absolutely where we're at. Okay. Darn it. Death snow. Okay. Sorry. Sorry. Death snow. All right. So I'm going to run this way. We'll set up those pillars. Now, one of the things I've been thinking about doing with this is running the roof all the way across. Okay. But then where the pillars are, maybe extending them down to the ground. Okay. So obviously this building is going to be really weird and stuff, but that's okay. Do I have a... All right, I guess saplings can go there. Right, so let's get a few more stairs here. All right. Now, said the plan here. Let's see, the plan, I guess, is going to be to run this way a little bit. All right. Go ahead and just bring this across from here. All right. And yeah, this will have to come up like so. All right. Nice. All right, so that's going to be a thing. Now, obviously, I'll fill that in and stuff, but I think, yeah, see, if I run this across this way, you know, I'd like to be able to get up there, but I can't. I'd like to tell you that I know what I'm doing, but I can't. All right, so we'll just slide over. On the plus side, it's apparently snowing again, so that's awesome. All right, and this is actually going to stick out off the side here. Okay. And again, I'm not getting the insides of the thing, but do I really want it to go all the way down? Okay, so, oh yeah, that's right. This has to go here. All right, so this is sort of the idea, is that we bring this all the way over this way. Okay, that's up there. But then bring the maybe bring the roof over. I'm actually kind of looking at this. I think maybe what I'll do, let's go ahead and just run this all the way across. Okay, and I'll worry about the coming up from the pillars here in a minute, but let's just run this all the way across. Oh yeah. So slow, but that's all right. Imagine if I didn't have Swift Sneak Pants. It wouldn't be any faster because, or slower or anything, because of just the way I'm doing it. All right, there we go. There he is, Mr. Evil Overlord. All right, so let's go ahead and get this in. Ack, no. Put this in the right place. Yeah, I rewatched Megamind the other day, yesterday, maybe. That's such a fun movie. Which is weird because I dislike two of the main actors. The two actors who do the voice work. I do not like Will Ferrell or Tina Fey. But darn it. But they do the voices of Megamind and Roxanne Ritchie, who's the other. She plays the girl. Okay, and I don't mean that in a negative way. She's the stereotype hero reporter, right? She's the one that, well, in this case, Metro Man is always saving. I want to sleep. I know it's 11:30 in the morning, but still, don't let that stop you. If it's 11:30 in the morning, you want to sleep, you go right ahead and sleep. But yeah. But that's one of the themes, is that the bad guys never get the girl. And of course, she's the girl. Anyway, so it's a fun little movie. Really like it. And yes, it just shocks the heck out of me that I actually like something that Will Ferrell is in. But that may be because I'm not sure how much Will Ferrell actually got to be Will Ferrell. You know, how much of it's his style of comedy versus, you know, something else. You know, versus just however the script was written for him. Okay, you know, that's not... darn it, I'm going to keep stepping in that death snow, aren't I? Well, that's fine. See, I'm thinking if I make these wide, okay? Okay, we'll make these 3 blocks wide instead of just the 1 block. Okay, we'll do something under there, but I don't know quite how I want that to go, but we're going to go with it here anyway. All right. You know, I would not mind at all if we had a white Christmas here. We're not going to have one, but I would not mind it at all. It's a little bit too warm here to do for it to snow this year, which is annoying, but you know, that's all right. Okay. And it's just this year. We had the storm front move through last week, and now it's warming up again. So it happens. Even though I live in the mountains in Colorado, that's just not. We actually surprisingly rarely get a white Christmas. Of course, where I'm at, we also don't get that much snow. So. Yeah, see, that's not bad. I think if I were to come in under here, go and finish out these slabs, these stairs like this. Maybe do a little something else there, but... Hi. I'm gonna fall off the roof. Gonna fall off the... Okay, come on. I can do it. I can place the blocks. All right. Yeah, it'd kind of be nice if I had a little something back there, but I think we're mostly okay. All right, yeah, that's not too bad. I'm going to go ahead and finish off the roof on this side. We'll see how this goes. That's part of the other reason why I didn't want to finish bringing out this wall this way, is I wanted to see kind of the spacing I wanted for these. Oh, darn it. All right. I wanted to see what the spacing was going to be like for these. And that way I'd have plenty of space here to get everything in, you know? All right, so that's not where that goes. It would be nice if that were where it went, because then I wouldn't have had to break it and come back, but that's just not. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and bring this side up. And I'll go ahead and double up the stairs here. All right. And we'll sleep. And then we'll keep going. Oh, man. So, let's see. What other... Are there other fun... Oh, hi. Here, you come over here. Oh. Oh, right. He was on fire and melted the snow. All right, fine. Now there's a hole in my snow. All right, there's a hole in my snow before that anyway, but still. Oh, let's bring this over this way so I know where to stop, huh? I think that's right. Okay. Up we go. All right. So, do you ever wonder, like, you ever watch a zombie movie or a zombie show and think, huh, I wonder if this zombie apocalypse, what would happen if this happened in the middle of winter rather than summer, which they so often depict. Like, would the zombies just like sort of freeze? Are they warm-blooded? Which is a weird thing to ask about the undead, but it's probably worth asking. It's like, are zombies warm-blooded? Can they regulate their own temperature? If the temperature drops below freezing, do the zombies, freeze solid? Do you get a bunch of like corpsicles sitting out there just waiting for the spring thaw? That would be really gross, but also a reason to move to Alaska or something. Okay, yes, food could be an issue, but there's one thing Alaska has, it's caribou. Bear, They have to set up a greenhouse for veggies and stuff, but if you like fish, it's got that too. So, Alaska might be the place to be in a zombie apocalypse. Yeah, see, that's not too bad. So, kind of what I was wondering is, would it make sense to bring these all the way down to the ground? Okay. Kind of like I've got over there, where the snow is sort of piled up underneath it. Oh, sorry. This is 100% a mustache problem. I don't know why, but my mustache has decided that it's going to just stick out and tickle my nose. All right, so but yeah, something along these lines. And actually, thinking I might do a little bit of something under there too, just to deal with that. But if we take this sort of look, okay. Now I'm going to bring ground level up over here. We're going to terraform that a bit. But that might be a thing. On the other hand, like I said, if I were to bring this all the way down to the ground, okay. Place the block. There we go. Okay, let's just try this. And let's get a little bit more snow, which I happen to have. Right here. Aha. Yep. I was right. Okay, so if I were to do something like that, I might even leave it forked like that. I don't know. Right, but if I were to come in, I think I want to widen this side a little bit. Okay. Does this make sense? I don't know. Was my stuff in the way? Absolutely. Time to move the bed over here. And all of this stuff too. That's fine. It can live here under the shelter of this lovely new roof. All right. Oh, I need to feed the rabbits again, I'm sure. Hey, guys. Can we get a couple more of you eating the food and making the babies? Yeah, that would be great. Thanks. Yeah, this was sort of an impromptu rabbit hutch, but it's actually kind of nice because the fences are technically a block and a half high, so they can't jump out. Even the little bitty ones who can normally fit through that half high block they can't fit through this because technically this hitbox comes up to the bottom of these slabs. So, yeah. And so, yeah, I'm going to end up breeding up a bunch of those, and hopefully I can get a couple of rabbit's feet. That's the hope and dream. Will I get there? Yeah. Who knows? But we'll find out. All right, so this is going to go here. I need to those shulker boxes. All right. We've got too many shulkers. We've got too many shulkers. We've got too many shulkers. So place them right there. And we'll freeze in the snow. Got to go. Want to have... Oh, right. That goes... Not like that. Not like this. Not like this. Alright, so yeah, do I want to bring that... I don't mind bringing it down. I think I want to change the texture of the blocks as it comes down. Maybe just use polished deep slate. Yeah, maybe not even deep slate bricks, just polished deep slate. Now, I said, I don't know if I want to necessarily fill that in, but I do like that idea. Let's, where did I put the... I just moved the shulker that had the deep slate in it. Okay. All right, so let's try this. Let's get our polished deep slate stairs. Right, and if I bring those down like so. Oops. Okay. Yes, this might be the way to go. Here, let's... I'm going to try coming up all the way up this row. Okay. Okay. And this might work. All right, so let's bring the slabs on down. Heck. You know, every once in a while, my disappointment is palpable. Not unlike orange juice, which is pulpable, and it's actually an entirely different word, but that's okay. I think that's actually the way I want to do that. So I still might do a little bit of something with this, but I might even take these logs and do 2 per rather than just the 1 in the middle. That might be the way to go there, but okay. No, this is perfectly fine. Okay. The other thing is this does break up the roof texture a little bit. That is a problem with a roof. One is it's kind of hard to texture because you're limited to the blocks. Hey, Milena, how's it going? What is this? Well, this is a roof. Now I'm adding I'm trying to figure out the roof of the church here. And I'm also trying to freeze to death. Because, you know, that's fun. Anyway, it's beautiful. Well, thank you. I'm glad you like it. Hope you're having a good day today. Yeah, it's definitely a thing, okay? But I like it. It's going to break up the roof, and it gives a little bit of... Looks like there's a little bit of extra texture, a little bit of something here. So, you know, it's been a crazy day. I get that. Ah, cheese monkeys. All right. All right, hang on. We must fix. Yep. Yeah, oh yeah. Cheese monkeys are a thing here on the channel. It's I'm not entirely sure I know where they came from, but it's been a thing on the channel for a while. I even made Cheese Monkeys merch. So if you want, like, you know, t-shirts or hoodies or something that says, ah, Cheese Monkeys. Yeah. I got it. All right. So this is going to come down that way. Yeah, see, that's looking better. Ah! Jeez, monkeys. Okay. It's a little bit snowy here. I would like to not freeze to death. That would be awesome. Guess I should be wearing snow boots or something. All right, no, we're good. We're fine. Everything's great. Fill that in just so I don't... Well, actually, better leave one empty. Otherwise, I'll have to dig it out later anyway. All right. Now, I've got some terraforming to do over here because obviously the ground slopes away and the building doesn't. So we're going to need to do a little bit of something there, but... Okay. But let's go ahead and bring this down like so. I mean, I guess it could go lower. I mean, because there is a certain reality. They do build buildings on hills and stuff, but... You know, so I could bring that lower. I don't know, but something. Oh, should I fill that in under there with the tiles or not? Let's not for now, and then we'll deal with it later. It's a problem for future me. All right, so if I bring this out this way, yeah, I could bring this down. Maybe what I'll do is if I maybe not come this far down, but maybe just one block. Like if I were to keep the ground at, say, this level. Okay. And then... do I want to terraform down this way? Oh, yeah. I don't remember when that started, but... Yeah, that's also been a thing on the channel here for a while. I even have it printed. Of course, it's rubbing off a little bit. I've got it printed on my water bottle. Helps if I open it to drink out of it. I also have it on my hoodie, but you can't really see that. And sadly, this hoodie is not available anymore. Yes, I do wear my own merch, but, you know, if I'm going to wear somebody's merch, it might as well be mine. All right, so yeah, if I bring this way, yeah, I could bring this sort of out like so. We can angle it down here a little bit. This, I mean, this tree actually may be fine, but yeah, something like that. I'll have to bring out some snow. Fortunately, I got lots of that somewhere. Wow. That's it, huh? That is the rest of my deep slate. All right, I'm gonna have to go deep slate mining. Not today, though. Not today. That's gonna have to be a future me problem. So we'll bring this around like so. And then I think Yeah, if I bring this sort of down this way, it'd be nice if it sort of lined up here with the snow globe. Okay. All right, so that just things will look a little bit better over here, I think, if we do. Okay, hang on. It turns out I can't place down snow because there's snow in the way. You know how that goes, you know. Snow is just in the way of the other snow, and so it just becomes a big problem. Anyway, okay. Hey, it's not death snow. We're good. We're good. Okay, so if I bring this down like so. All right, I think that'll work. Act. No. Let's turn this around. Put this in. There we go. All right, now. All right. Well, fine. All right, so I'm going to have to fill in back here. And in fact, I think I want... All right, so this would come out like this. Right, something along these lines. I think I'm going to want to actually take out a lot of the snow, maybe, and put in a path of some sort. Walkway or something. Right, with the idea is that, okay, you come here... And then there's this sheltered walkway to go around the sides, around the back of the building. You know, the church I went to when I was growing up had this sort of style to it. But heck, that was, she's 30 some odd years ago. Oh no, the odds they run. I don't know if it would be helpful. I've got a little thing that, well, you know, let's get these stairs in place first. Ah, cheese monkeys. And we're going to need some more stairs. Okay. Hey, it's a big building. There are lots of stairs. All right. There we go. There we go. Sweet. Anyway, let's get these all in place, and hopefully this will go all right. But yeah, I totally get ads sort of annoying. I do have a little thing that I see when the ads start, but I don't know if it'd be helpful to have more of them doing other things, maybe. Okay. Not more ads, but more notifications. We don't need more ads. Also, can I get all of this in place? There we go. There we go. Got it. Got it. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back from the disaster that is advertising. Woohoo! Okay. Yeah, I've got a little thing that tells me when ads are starting. Not that I always notice that, but also I need to add a bit too that lets me know when, hey, ads are done now. It's not perfect because the ads will kick off within a couple of seconds sometimes for different people, but darn it. Come on. There we go. There we go. All right. And we'll bring the stairs down. Now I suppose, because I could make that smooth, or make that the polished deep slate as well. Which might be interesting. I don't know. Okay, and that goes there. All right. Yeah, see, that's looking better. That's definitely looking better. All right. Oh. All right, hang on. Speaking of, that's a problem for future me hoodies. This is getting a little warm. All right. Okay, so I think the shape of this building is working out okay. I'm gonna freeze to death again. Cool. We'll put a steeple up here on this side. Yeah, I think that'll work. I still need to do that row over there, but we'll get to that in a minute. But, okay, I think this is starting to work out okay. The steeple, what do I want to do with the steeple? I don't think I want it to be the deep slate, because typically they wouldn't be, right? They wouldn't be the same material as the roof. So I might bring in the smooth sandstone and let that continue. Okay. Okay, now we might have a little bit of a problem. Is if this ends up running into the snow globe. Which I think I can keep that from happening. If I bring the snow this way. You don't know much about Minecraft. Hey, no worries. No worries. I try to be clear. Yeah. But the I mean this wall that's made of smooth sandstone. So I was just thinking of the color more than anything else. It's a beautiful thing. Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm tired and I'm feeling a little loopy, so we get all the singing apparently happening. Also, hey, let's pick up that block I dropped. All right. Cool. So this goes in like, ouch. I don't know why ouch was the word. It's not like anything actually hurt. Okay. Do I want to bring this down one more layer? I guess that might make sense. Let's go ahead and do that. There's a tree here. Turns out it's hard to jump when there's a tree over your head. All right. Yeah, I think that's going to be okay. Maybe. Said I might... actually, sorry, I got to take this tree down. I can't see what's going on. I may end up replacing it later, but... You know, thinking... Do I want to bring this down even further? No, I don't think so. I think I want to bring the snow out. Let's... Okay, hang on. We must deal with the snow. All right, there we go. There we go. Bring this kind of out like so. And down and around something like that. Yeah, see, this is one of those things, it's like, it's truly an aesthetic problem, right? And it's, do I want this, the side of this building, or the side of this slanty down roof dealy bob, to go down one more layer, or do I want it to be level with this? Said it's an aesthetic problem. It's not a technical thing or anything like that. It's just gonna be, jeez, monkeys. I just keep freezing to death in this stuff. Okay. All right. You know, I think it's okay. I think having it come down here is all right. Though I do want to bring this snow down this way just a little bit. Okay. Just because I think that's going to look a little bit better as it comes down. All right. Nice. Let's go ahead and get the stuff. Yeah, we'll get our polished deep slate in instead of these tiles. Okay, so we get our fun little stripe going on down here. And I think this is going to... Okay. Does help if we put it facing the right way. Okay. We do the things. Okay. All right, so this goes down, down, and down, and down. Also down. And did I say down? Yep, down it goes. Okay. Okay, I think that's going to work. It's got a... I like the shape of the roof. Now, when you're down here, like, I think the plan is to have a skating rink or something down here. You lose all of the tan from the smooth sandstone, and you get all of the black and gray and stuff, but I think it's going to be okay. Kinda? You know, I might have to do something about that hill. But when you're up here at this level, that might not be too bad. And when you're looking out from other places, yeah. I put it on the top of the hill because, oh yeah, snowman. Yep. One of the other players on the server, I put it out, hey, I'm building this winter village. If you want to come build something in the village, do so. And she decided, you know what we need? We need a giant snowman. I said, okay. So we have a giant snowman. I might do a little bit around the base of it just to touch it up just a bit. Because it's kind of, when you build a snowman, you don't get the very bottom of the sphere right on the ground. You get a little bit built out to help support the sphere. And help, so it doesn't tip over and things like that. So I might put a little extra snow around that just to help it look like it's part of the landscape and not just set on it. But overall, it's really cool. You've never successfully built a snowman? I have, but after the first couple, the novelty starts to wear off, you know? That, and where I live, the snow is often really dry, so it doesn't pack together well. Even when I was living up in the Denver area, it just didn't. We just didn't end up with good snowman snow. You know what I mean? Okay. So that's going to sort of come out this way. Yes, so typically, so snow will come down in flakes, and depending on the water content of the snow, that determines how well it sticks. So it comes down as a powder, right? Because it's flakes. If it's too dry, it just doesn't stick. It just sort of falls apart. It's like trying to get a handful of sugar to stick together. But if it's a little bit wet, then it will kind of stick. The water in it will stick, and that tends to work out pretty well. Let's grab some sandstone, which was in this box, apparently. All right, so I want to come up here somewhere. And if I put a steeple on this church... Oh yeah, this is definitely going to be a YouTube thumbnail-friendly build where we just don't do the back. But yeah, if I put a steeple up here... All right, let's just mark this off a little bit this way. Okay. Obviously, it would go into the roof, but I want to just mark it off. Is that going to be... I think that's going to be big enough. Cool. So we can take that block out. Awesome. See, that's not spawnable. I don't have to worry about there having a monster spawn in there, but I'm paranoid enough. We'll stick a torch in there anyway. Okay, so let's kind of take a look and see how tall this needs to be, right? Yeah, I think it needs to be it definitely needs to be taller. And, you know, like most steeples, like if you look at a church, it's got a steeple on it. They do tend to get narrower as they go up. So we're going to do something about that too. The good news is working with sandstone, I can use the sandstone, but I can also use birch. So that might help quite a bit. See, I don't think smooth sandstone, no, it doesn't have walls. Oh, I do have regular sandstone. Wonderful. Let's grab some sandstone walls. Okay. So yeah, so I think this is wide enough. So let's go and pull this out. Okay. We can sort of peek under there, right? All right, so this is going to come up this way. And then what I need to do... Oh, hey, let's fly now, please, with the flying and the flying. Okay. Okay, made it. All right. Let's start at these corners. And let's start adding some walls in. Now, the reason I'm doing the walls is they're going to end up with a narrower... They're just narrower, right? And so as the steeple comes up, I want it to get narrower. Actually, I kind of like that block in the middle. Okay. Yeah. Right? So we can bring this up kind of like so. Yeah, take care. Enjoy. Sleep well. I hope you have an excellent night. And I hope to see you next time I stream, which will be on Saturday. Okay, so that's not bad, actually. Though I think I need to take down the sandstone 1 block. Okay. So let's do that. Let's take this down. Take down the smooth sandstone a block, and we'll... Ah! Oh, hey, look, there's no roof on this side. Yep. Title was correct for once. I am absolutely falling off the roof. Okay. Ah, jeez, monkeys. Okay, no, we got it. We got it. Eventually. Eventually we'll get it. Yeah, now, what I don't know is what happens with the next layer. So that's... Okay, so that goes right. I can reach it. Okay. Awesome. You know, I'm actually kind of thinking that this might be... Is it getting too tall? No, actually, I think it's okay. I think it's okay. We're right about the spot now where I would shift to another block. Okay, because we're basically coming up. What's 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so I need this to narrow again. All right, so let's see. See if I can land on top of this thing. I did it once. Sure, I could totally do it again. Absolutely. Oop. Well, that's cool. All right. Do I have a... Okay, I've got some stone. That'll work. That'll make a reasonable temp block. All right, so basically what I'm thinking of doing is bringing the sandstone up this way. Okay. If I pop that in like so. 2, 3, 4. It's not bad. I think if I get some birch fences. Yeah, if I get some birch fences in there, we might be able to do something cool with that. All right. Oh, okay, hang on. We must make more rabbits. Hi, guys. Could you please? I need more rabbits. Okay. Are there any more of you that I can reach? I might actually have to go in there. All right. Okay. Hi. All right. All of you flee in terror. Okay. Cool. All right. Getting more rabbits? I hope so. All right. Nice. I just want them for their feet. Okay. Sad but true. Oh, wait. I need birch. It's sad but true. I just want them for their feet. And, you know, I'm sure there are people who are feeling like that might be a little bit shallow. You're probably right. But this is where I'm at in my life. Okay. I'm just over here just looking for rabbit feet. Crashing into towers, that type of thing. All right, so 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I do it like that, darn it. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so yeah, we are up at that height. All right, see if I can get. Can I land it? Boom. Yep, kind of, sort of. Oh, the fences do not bind with the walls. Of course not. On the other hand, that might be okay. All right, so let's pop up here. And then I think 2, 3. 4. Okay, I think I want to come up one more block, but I think I want to narrow it here at the last one. Kind of like that. Is that? Maybe? No, let's do a little bit more. Okay, it's getting there. I might actually just do a third bit of wood, and that might be enough. Okay. Yeah, that might be enough. Let's take the stone down so I can get a better look at this thing, because... All right. Yeah, see, that's not bad. What I might want to do... I wonder if... So I've got some sandstone on me, right? Let's take a look. And see... Do I have sandstone on me? I don't. Okay. There is some chiseled sandstone. Let's chisel up a little bit. And what I'm thinking is... See, this side looks a little bit plain. So I think what I want to do is maybe come in with some chiseled. Okay. Is that good? It's not bad. Okay. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. Okay, I can live with that. All right, so we're topping here. All right, again, this torch is 100% unnecessary, but it's going to exist there anyway. Ah! Jeez, monkeys. All right, we'll go through the side. It's perfectly fine. We'll just go through the side and do it from here. Okay. All right, so this will go in that way. That goes there. We'll replace the torch, which again, unnecessary, but it's there anyway. Okay, yeah. See, that's looking a little bit better. Bring it down one more. I think I kind of do. Okay. Which means I have to do that on both sides. Oops, darn it. I have to do that over here too. All right. That's not bad. Let's go ahead and take this out. We'll put in the chiseled there as well. And basically, I'm just putting in a little bit of texture here because it was really flat. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with being flat, but sometimes you just need a little bit of texture to sort things out. You know, I really like that. Even the fences sticking up there. Oops, now I'm freezing to death. That's okay. Even the fences sticking up give it a little bit of a, I don't know, it's not quite, I don't want to say gothic because I don't know that it is, but it does give it a little bit of extra, I don't know, a little extra interest, I guess, maybe is what I'm looking at. But yeah, that's okay. I might even put a torch on top. You know, I could put not like a regular torch, right? Which would be fine up there, but maybe a redstone torch or a copper torch. Or even a soul torch, right? Do I want it to be red, green, or blue? Okay. Any of those, I suppose, would be fine. I don't know. I need to think about that a little bit, but I really like that. I think it just looks good. All right. Hey, I'm all for having a good spire there. Now, excuse me, it could get struck by lightning, but we don't have fire spread and it won't burn anyway. So can let it get struck by lightning. It'll be fine. Okay, so if we do that. Okay, I need to bring some snow out this way a little bit. Let's sort of let this happen out this way a touch. Okay. Nice and warm under that. There's nothing like an open flame under a tree. That's perfectly safe. No problems with that at all. All right. Darn it. Hang on, I must stop freezing. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's definitely a thing. So now what I need to do is get some sort of walkway under here, okay? I might bring the wall of the building down too, but if we're looking at snow coming out over here, coming out sort of this way. Okay. All right, so yeah, this would sort of meander out this way as I terraform this hill. One thing I've learned about terraforming And I have to admit, I'm not the world's foremost expert on this stuff. But the one thing I've learned about terraforming is if you're just building out, just sort of coming around and you place a block in the wrong spot, go with it. Because nature is not rigid, right? Nature is flowing and gives you weird shapes and stuff. So even though I now have a shape that looks like a polar bear, I am going to go with it until I get some more snow to fill it in. But for now, we have a polar bear. Actually, it'd be really funny to have an actual polar bear over here, but snow. 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 We long for up there with snow. Man, you know, the movie White Christmas is all sorts of fun. That's iron. That's not snow. Anyway, White Christmas. Fun movie. I enjoy it. All sorts of fun. One of these that goes... Sure. Oh, yeah. That's iron right there. That's snow. It's like iron, but totally different. Okay. All right, so let's figure out where this hill is going to be as it comes down this way. Goodbye, Mr. Snow Bear. Okay. Right, so we'll go ahead and bring this sort of over around like so. All right, yeah, so the idea here is that we'll bring this hillside up. Okay, and then I can bring the side of the building down so it meets the whatever is happening over here, but okay. Yeah. Now, you know, I said sort of go with your mistakes. Sometimes you really do need to correct something you've done, and that's okay. That's just fine. It happens. But if you go with the natural flow of whatever ends up happening when you're placing your blocks for terraforming, you get just a good base. As I said, you can go in and do some detailing and stuff on it later, and the nice thing about snow is you can come in and do like 1/8 of layers, right? You can do snow layers, not just the blocks, and all sorts of good stuff comes from that. Okay, now I'm not going to come through and do that level of terraforming around the entire build, because at that point it would look a little bit out of place, but there are a few places where it might be good to do. All right. So we'll bring that. So I need to get some more regular sand or smooth sandstone here. And we'll bring that down. See what we got. That's the wrong box. Because I just put all the smooth sandstone away. Okay. Sorry, I'm definitely a little bit out of it this evening. Since the joy of, of pain and suffering. Gotta love it. Headaches and stuff are cool. And well, mine is pretty well past. Mostly. They still take their toll on you, you know? That's not going to go there. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and add one more row of something down here. Okay, just to add a little bit so that I can have it, so I can go ahead and let the train meander down underneath here. Okay, we'll sort of flatten out where that snow is, but what I'm going to need, let's see, so the snow would come in right where the roof isn't. I know that's a little bit, not surprising. Of all the things I've said, that should be the least surprising of them. That, oh yeah, the snow would be where the roof isn't. Yeah. So it would come out sort of like so. And it would be okay if it were to end up under it just a touch, but right, because the snow would also blow in and blow under the eaves potentially. Okay, but we're gonna stop it roughly there. Okay. And yeah. All right, so now what I need coming out of here. Oh, I put a torch down. We're getting a few torch particles under there. That's fine, I guess. Right, so what would I do the sidewalk here? Okay. I think the reality is that's going to get covered up, but fill that in. Yeah. Right, I mean, I could come in with some more stone and stone brick, right? This cool sidewalk pattern that Snoopers has put down. Or I could put down a little bit of something else here. Now, there are options, right? I mean, I could bring in just cobblestone. All right, I've got a little bit here. Let's take a look. Hang on, I need to clean up a little bit of inventory space here. Okay. Okay, we're done with the deep slate for now. All right, so if I were to bring in cobblestone, right, it would look sort of like this. Which would be okay. I don't know that I'd want to take it at quite that. So it's just straight cobblestone all the way across, but what I could do, that's to take out some snow here. All right. So if I were to bring in some cobblestone this way, maybe, okay. Maybe do the old stone brick thing, right? Okay. And this is an old school design pattern. I know I've seen it all over the place. Right? But you've got your brick line it, or smooth stone or something. And then cobblestone in the middle. It's not a bad design in general. Okay. Let's take that out for a sec. Okay, so now our sidewalk comes here. Okay. So I think what I would do, right, the diorite's going to stop here. This is where the street ends. And instead, this is where our infrastructure starts, right? This is where your sidewalk, your driveway, whatever you want to think about it. That's where this goes. Okay. All right, so let me go ahead and clean out all of the snow. All right. Drop a couple of torches. Now, those lanterns, those lamps that, if you were here at the beginning of the stream, you saw that we had sort of sitting over there inside the building. That we're going to bring out, oops. We're going to bring along the sides of the road to sort of wanted to light it up, give it a little bit of spawn proofing and all that good stuff. So we'll bring that in. Okay. So the question is, when do we move down? Maybe right here. That might be reasonable. Okay, so if I run this way. Okay, now I should have something that goes underneath this. I don't know what it's going to be, but something would be reasonable there. Okay, and that block I think I'll make a slab, but since I don't have the slabs at the moment, we'll not worry about it. Okay, comes out here. Okay. Whew. You know, the nice thing about being home this week is I have watched a lot of movies. If you want to see what I've been watching, you can follow me on Letterboxd. I'm Pearl Stalker there on Letterboxd. Okay, yeah, this can slab down. Right, so I can come over here. Let's grab some of those, and then I need. Well, that'll work. All right. So we can get some more of this. All right, but we can kind of sort of run this this way where, let's see, those slabs come in here. Okay, I might even, right, so that would go this way. Okay, now what I might do is I might stretch this out so it comes a little bit farther, right? If I do like that, that might be a little bit better. Okay. In fact, I might even, I want to cut this back. Oops, hang on. I'm out of slabs. Oh, we're slabbing up a storm. All the storms are being slabbed. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so that goes there, and then this goes here. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and this is then moves on. Right, we can do something along those lines. Okay. Okay, so we've got this sort of walkway going here. As I said, I need to do something that goes underneath these. And I'm not entirely sure what. Right? It's underneath an awning, so having it be a planter doesn't make a huge amount of sense. You know, it's... But that said, some sort of decorative something or other would be reasonable. Okay. Also, I need to figure out what I'm going to do for the floor inside this building. Okay. Obviously, it needs a floor that's not snow. I don't know what the floor should be, though. Okay. All right, for now, it's a frog light. Oh, I guess I can make some torches. All right, that's fine. This is fine. But yeah, actually what might be good under here, if I build up a little decorative something that has lights, that would help light the walkway here. Huh. I don't know what I would do with it, but that's definitely an idea. All right. And then Okay, so this would go this way. I would probably do stuff in here, or run the sidewalk that way a little bit too. Okay, and this is one of those things where in the summer, which it's not, but we're at summer, you know, there might be some benches and stuff under here, all sorts of good stuff. Here, let's go ahead and do this. Let's move everything inside. Okay. And I'm just going to move this in here. Somewhere. Somewhere beyond the sea. Some waiting for me. All right. Let's move shulker boxes. Oh, this is going to be grand. All right. I have here. There we go. This is probably going to be enough inventory space. Okay. Nothing's floating. All right. Great. Okay. I now have lots of shulkers unlabeled, so we're just going to put them down in a random order and hope it makes sense at some point. It's not going to make sense at some point, but we can always hope. All right. Cool. So now let's see if I can find where I put everything again. Sandstone. That stuff. What's that stuff? Awesome. Actually, grab that. That cobblestone. All right. So this should work coming out this way then. Oh, I should probably slab up a little bit of that. Are we okay for lights in here? Maybe. Just to be on the safe side. There we go. All right, so we'll grab some slabs. That would have been in this box. But, you know, that's okay. All right. We shall sleep the sleep of somebody who is asleep. All right. And let's come over here, feed some more rabbits. Okay. Okay, hang on. I know, they're very excited. Okay. Hi, guys. We need more rabbits. Some of you are going to lose your feet, and that's okay. All right. That'll work. Okay. I know, golden carrots instead of regular carrots? What am I thinking? I'm thinking I have carrots, or I have golden carrots on me, and I don't have regular carrots on me. So, you know, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, so I'm going to run this sidewalk this way. Okay. All right, this will come out and become cobble. So somewhere here, I need this sidewalk to go up. Probably right about here, actually. All right. Yeah, probably something like that. Maybe not, but I don't know. Is that going to be steep enough? Or is that too steep? I don't know. Does help if you get the right blocks in the right place, though. Just in general. I don't know. It's one of those Minecraft things. You know, if you put the blocks in the right place, it's going to look slightly better than if you put them in the wrong place. Okay. Most professional Minecrafters will try to hide that from you, but no, it's definitely true. Don't let them try to convince you that no, you should just put the blocks in the wrong place. They're hiding the deep mysteries from you. We want to put the blocks in the right place, not the wrong place. Okay? Gotcha. Okay, so All right, so that's going to do that. I can trim back some of this snow. Okay. All right. So that's not too bad. All right, yeah, and there may be some, again, some decorative stuff that's going to come in, but that's not a bad start, okay? Also, that door is probably not going to be oak, but that said, the oak doesn't look bad, so I might stick with it. Okay, I really like that steeple. I really do. It's not crazy complicated, but I think it works out pretty well. Okay. And, you know, a redstone torch maybe up top that says, hey, if you're a low-flying aircraft, don't crash into the steeple. Crash into the snow globe instead. It's a bigger target. You know, that type of thing might be good. Right? Absolutely. All right, so we've got... Right, so we've got our sidewalk here. And again, we're going to have some lanterns of various street lampy goodness coming around on the outside of this that would keep most of this, keep this mostly clear. I don't know how far apart we're going to put them, okay? But, yeah, so that's going to be a thing. I think I want to move this. Let's go ahead and, yeah. I'll move this up just a little bit. Okay. Let me see if I've got some more oak. Probably hiding in this chest. No. I have more oak. Yes, I do have more oak. Whew. Okay. Scared there for a minute. Okay. All right, so we'll figure out a floor, but if I'm going to do oak for this sort of highlight and probably other things around the building, I shouldn't use it for the floor. Okay, seems reasonable. So the question of what to do for the floor then is still there. We'll deal with that in a little bit. But what to do here? Now, these are all... This one is... No, I was going to say, these are all like 2 or 3 blocks high. This one isn't. This one's 2. Yeah, these are all 3 blocks high or taller. Okay, and that's just because the ground has risen up to meet the overhang here. Okay, so what I want then is a little bit of something. Now, what I could do, I could tuck a frog light, for example. Or I could tuck a frog light back behind there. Right? Or even right in the middle. Right? And we can do some interesting decorative stuff, perhaps, as we come across here. Like, what if I were to take... Yeah, what would I need here? So I'm kind of thinking I want to bring this triangle this way. Okay. And I could do this with a number of things, I suppose. I don't have any... Oh, jeez, monkeys, where are you guys coming from? No, you don't get to break through the roof and attack me. No. That's not how this goes. Stop that. Yeah, you two. You guys all just need to stop your nonsense. Okay, yeah, that's, It's a problem. Do I still have, let me see if I still have some slab, or some stairs, and I can maybe at least fill in the roof so they don't walk over that. Okay, I can't fill in the roof, but I can maybe at least get a line of stairs up there so it's not so bad. Oh, those are polished deep slate. Those are not tiles. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We'll figure that out. But for now, let's go ahead and get this in place. There. That'll stop that from happening again. I mean, they may still show up and want to do other things, but for now, okay. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? This goes straight across to, yeah, this is at, hang on, I don't know what I'm doing. Minus 71. Yeah. Okay, so that would go there. I love the tiled stairs, but they're really hard to count. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, I believe this is correct. Okay. This is 81. Yeah, because it's 9 in between, so it's 10 blocks. So we should be at 91 here. Okay. Right. And 91. Yes. 91. Okay. And then this will be at 101. There. Okay, and then this one should be at 111, which will be right there. Okay. Cool. All right, so I'll worry about that bit of roofy goodness later. Okay, it's a thing I should worry about, but not right this instant. Okay. All right, so that will all fill in there. I'm in here. Not really going to see a lot because this wall is going to come up. Okay, even if I do a stained glass window in here, which I want to do, I'm not going to be able to see a lot, but we'll figure something out over there. Okay, that's a problem for future me as we work our way through that. Okay, what was this sound? All right, so anyway, back to these things. I mean, I do like having the light there. On the other hand, tucking it in under the stair, which is fine, is harder to do on all of these ones over here where we're a little bit taller. But if I were to stick one of these back behind the log like that, then we could potentially bring some form of something. Honestly, what might be good there would be, I mean, I could bring in some more spruce logs. Okay. If it's just sitting there, right, I could take that out, run some spruce logs. So kind of like this, right? Or take that out. I have nether bricks in my inventory. I was doing some work in the nether, and no, I don't like that. Yeah, I was doing some work in the nether this morning, which was fun. That was the other thing I did this morning was yes, I built the potion brewer. but I also was trying to sort out some of the issues with my wither skeleton farm. I made it better, but it still sucks. So I'm going to have to just completely, well, maybe not completely start over, but completely start over. It needs help. All right. So anyway, so this is going to do a thing. I don't know what. I need a little something here. I just don't know what. Okay. I mean, the other thing I could do, right, is I could have, maybe not torches, have lanterns or something hanging out here, which becomes a problem when I get here, I suppose, but. Okay, I just don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. All right, but let's just assume we're going to go with this for the moment. Okay. Now I could put that in the ground and build up a little something. Oh, actually, this might be good. What if I were to do something like this? What if I were to put that there? I have some honey blocks on me. That'll end up with a little bit of a warmer glow. Okay, so that'll go there. I mean, I know technically, at least Java Minecraft doesn't care about light color, but still. It's the impression anyway. So if that goes there, pop that out. Goes in, that lights up like that. Okay, then I could come in and do a little bit of something around that. What if I were to do something with some stone slabs? Right, what if I were to come around like this? That might be good, right? And I could even fill in there, maybe? I don't know that I like that, but let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, I think I may slide a different block back behind the honey there. Back in that little bit of a gap, but all right. It's just okay. We'll just use up all of my slabs. That seems like a thing to do. Do I have? I do. I do. I have more slabs. Okay. I'm not totally sold on this, but we're going to start with some basics and we're going to move on with it, okay? Okay, so we'll get this in place. I said I might do a little bit of something here, okay? Don't know what, but a little bit of something. Okay, and then bring this sidewalk out to there at least. Okay. I could stop this here, but I don't know. I may want to bring a little bit of something around the outside here. We may do something, but sort of wonder. Actually, what might be good here would be to put to actually put in some form of bench. I don't know what, but something there might be kind of cool. Okay, because now those are slabs. All right, so whatever we do there is going to be kind of funky, but what if I were to come in? All right, let's just see what the shape looks like. If I were to put some stairs here. Okay, so instead of that, we We slap some stairs in. Okay. And then we come in with, say, I don't know. Let's just grab some oak. Okay, let's just grab some oak slabs. Okay. Let's just see what this looks like. Ah, cheese, monkeys! No. No, no, no. No, you don't get to... That's not okay. You, and you, and you don't get to come just walking over my roof, dropping down on my head like, you know, I'm needing to have somebody drop on my head and shoot me. That's not okay. You, stop all of that. You know, that I'm not happy with them. I'm not. I think they need to do better. I mean, they're dead. They can't do better, but they should have done better. Okay, let's maybe eat a carrot. All right, so light levels are on. The problem is the snow covers up the light levels, so we're just gonna just add a little bit of torchy goodness out here. Okay. Not fabulous, but something. Okay. Obviously, the backside of this thing needs some help. All right. Well, we'll worry about that in a little bit. But for now, I do like the... actually, you know what might be really good there? Let's, I was gonna think maybe some pale oak, but actually pale oak might be too bright. Or maybe it's actually just too white. It would blend in with the snow too much. Okay. As annoying as it is that that it's sort of a pinkish color rather than you know, something a little more neutral, but okay. And then over here we're a little bit out of luck. I might have to, because I can't really come back behind this. I can, it's just, okay, so that would go there. The honey would go here. Do I bring this down a little bit more? I guess I could. Okay, so that would go there. Let's go and bring the snow back. All right, and then I can bring the slabs this way anyway. All right, and then we're back to the oak slabs like so. All right, but yeah, in these, I do like having the stair right there, but not the deep slates, okay? It should be something else. I mean, I could make it oak. All right. That would be a thing that could happen. Snow layers go away. So actually probably not. I might honestly even take out this this oak, and I like the shape of it. I don't like the blocks or the colors here. Hey Edge, how's it going over there on YouTube? Hope you're having a fabulous day. Happy my headache is mostly gone, which is fabulous. But I'm glad you're doing okay. Yeah, I like the stair here. What I'm considering, I have some trapdoors here. I said I think they're going to be the wrong color. Well, let's grab some oak. I've got the pale oak on me. You should come make your build in the community area. Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be so cool. Right. I said I think these it's all the wrong color, but let's just look at the shape for a minute. And I kind of like this. Just the colors are wrong, okay? Oh, what if we were to go crazy? Do I have mangrove? I mean, I've got a little bit of mangrove here. But also I've got an ominous bottle. Who cares about ominous bottles? That one's a level 0, and this is a level 2. Okay. What if we were to do something really crazy? Like this. Hang on. Inventory sucks. It's a me problem. It's not a Minecraft problem. Okay. Alright, so what if we need to do the things? Yeah, I think this area is going to be really cool, though. Once, those are nether bricks. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Mangrove stairs. Yeah, it's already kind of fun based off of, there's Sprite Snowman and Snoopers does the roads. Obviously, I've done a bunch here. But having some other community builds over here would be really cool. Plus, I'm sure a lot of you build better than I do. So, there's that. All right, so let's take this out. Okay, we're going to put in some mangrove stairs here. All right, and oh. Yes. Yes. I might swap out those oak blocks, but yes, I like this. Where we've got this sort of we've got these benches. Like if you've ever been at a lot of churches I've been to, actually. It's like if you've ever been to a church, it's not universal, obviously, but a lot of them have places around the outside where you might sit and gather, fellowship and all that good stuff, right? Okay, so mine doesn't, but many of them do. And yeah, you get this sort of fun little seating thing going. Okay, I'm going to need more shelves, but okay, we'll get those in a second. Okay, I can place things. I can do it. Whew. Yeah, this is going to be fun, though. And I think there's... Well, the nice thing here, too, is the community area has... I've added enough stuff that hopefully it should be a handy place for anybody who wants to... Okay, there we go. Who just wants to come over and, maybe get a few books for trades. Want to just get up on the nether roof. Obviously, shulker shells are not a problem. I just think it would be cool to make this a nice area for lots of people. Okay, so we're going to need... Oops. Misclicked. All right. All right, let's strip it all. Now, I think I do have some more mangrove. It's just... I stashed it in the store because I need to set up filters and things, but this is going to be okay. All right, so let's go ahead and grab our mangrove shelves. Okay, this is a minor problem. We'll Yeah, that's fine. We'll just back this off a little bit. It'll be great. Okay, we'll just run that through there. And boom, now it fits. Except I think I want to now push this back to here. Right. All right, so now we can put the slabs in. Yeah, we'll do it that way. All right, so that goes in there. That goes in like that. And then I've got some cobble slabs here, which go like so. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I want to do something different for these slabs, but I don't know what. The oak is fine. It's just... maybe it is fine. Do I want to go darker? Do I want to go like spruce? Or do I want to take it lighter and go birch? I mean, either of those would be interesting. Let's try spruce. Let's just see what some spruce looks like. Okay. Yes. I would like 2 slabs. Like more than 2 slabs. Give me the slabs. All right. Let's take one out and just see what it looks like with the spruce. Okay. So there's the spruce. There's the oak. It's not a lot darker. But it is a little bit. Honestly, I think the spruce might be the way to go here. Here, let's come down to one of these ones. And let's just replace one of the spruce, okay? Or replace one of the oak with spruce. Maybe that's how I should put that. So we can see the different colors here. I mean, either of them would be okay. I'm gonna go with the spruce. I'm a sucker for spruce as it is. Now I am going to be using oak for the highlights and some of the details and stuff, like this doorway. We're gonna bring some oak into it there because I do want it to be fairly light, but having these darker, I guess, benches, for lack of a better word, it'll blend in a little bit better with these spruce supports. And yeah, we just end up with this nice little thing happening here. Okay, now, part of me is wondering now if I shouldn't replace these the stone that's around the outside of that with mangrove, but for now, we'll go with it. I could also replace this with deep slate. Boy, I'm gonna have to go get some more deep slate. I am starting to run out. That's okay. That might be an adventure for Saturday. Since again, I won't be streaming on Thursday since it's Christmas Day, and yeah, that seems like a reasonable thing to do. Is, you know, not stream on Christmas. Do I want to? Oh, that might not be bad. Kind of. I don't know. That's not bad. And if I were to come in with a little bit of something there instead, because I like the warmth of the honey. I don't necessarily want to hide that. But I also don't know that I like having the block on top of it there. I don't know. Ah, darn it. That's not at all what I wanted to have happen. All right. All right. The cheese monkeys are running rampant today. All right. Well, let's hang on. We must feed some rabbits here. Okay. I don't mind if a couple of them escape. Yeah. Okay. You guys gonna make more rabbits? That would be awesome. Thank you. Okay. All right. Now let's. All right. You are the unlucky contestants. Oh, both of you. Come here. Come back here. Come back here. I need your feet. Where'd the other one go? Neither of them felt the need to give up their feet. And honestly, I think that is a mistake on their part. Okay. They gave me their skin, but I really want their feet. Actually, I only need a couple of them. I need one to label the thing here on the brewing stand. Also, I don't know if this smooth stone is staying. The block will be staying, but I may swap it out for something else so it's a little prettier. But it's going to be cool. It's all done. I mean, the machine is functional other than the fact I don't have any water bottles or blaze powder or, you know, potion ingredients. But otherwise, the machine works just fine. At least, I think it does. I actually haven't tested it in this world yet. Be sure I actually built it correctly. I mean, it's my design. You'd think I'd build it correctly, but I know what my redstone is like, and that is very much my redstone. Okay. Anyway, we were dealing with this. Yeah, let's come back to this mangrove. All right, and yeah, let's go ahead and get some slabs. Mangrove slabs. There we go. All right. We're doing on time. Time is okay. So yeah, if I were to swap this out with the slabs, I don't. Actually, you know what? I'm fairly certain I don't like this. Yeah, I don't like that. Cool. So I'm going to need something else there. Actually, no, what's probably the right thing to do is deep slate stairs. Yeah, that's probably the right thing to do. Come in under that. Oops. Hey, look, a slab that's still there. I should probably swap this out with a block as well, but okay, so this will come out. Right, so this put the stairs in there. Again, these sides are a little bit different, obviously, because they come down further. Because the ground slopes. And that's just how it is. But I don't know. I think the right answer is going to be to just do more deep slate. That is too often the answer to my build problems. How do I solve this problem? Just more deep slate. Yep, that is definitely the problem, or how to solve that problem. More deep slate. All right, let me go see if I'm almost certain I've got some deep slate tiles, or actually slabs, but probably tile slabs too. Okay, put that away. Put the snow away. Deep slate tile slabs. There we go. All right, so that's there. Jeez, there's so many of those guys. Oh, actually, instead of the tile slabs, I think what might be better would be deep slate, just polished deep slate, like I've got with the stairs there. Yeah, let's go grab some of that. All right. Now, I have to warn you, I have had Sleigh Ride in my head off and on for the last, like, 2 weeks. And it's a problem. Oh, the other problem is I'm out of deep slate. Okay, so I have deep slate tiles. I do not have deep slate anything else. Oh. Well, that stinks. All right. Okay, well, I've got some options here. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and put the tile slabs in like this. Okay. I think I have an idea what to do in the back there. Okay, so we'll put these in here. And then let's see if I can get this, can I get that? Can I? Can I? Like that. Yes. Yes, that works. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that'll be fine. Tucked back behind that honey block. Okay, there and there and there. We can't really see it because of the other stuff going on, but I think it'll give me the same vibe, and that is all that matters. Right? It's all about the vibes. Ah, that's not snow. Okay. All right, yeah, that's kind of working. I like those. I like those little benches there. I think it's going to be nice for the outside of a church, you know? You've got the snow. It's providing lots of shelter around the outside. And then you've got some good stuff here. Vibe is now a bad word for you. People keep using it in every sentence these days. Yeah, well, you know. Well, these negative waves or something. Positive waves. We got positive waves here. Oh, this is doing okay. I really like this steeple. I think that turned out so nice. Okay. Yeah, this roof is just the whole exterior of this church is starting to turn out okay. Obviously, there's a lot of detail that needs to be put in, right? Doors would be helpful here. You know, just a little bit. Just a little bit. I think we could use some doors. But oh, I think I've got oak. Yep. So I'm going to actually, let's try some of those birch doors too. We're going to experiment because experiment is a thing, right? Right. So what I could do, right, is I could put oak doors and just continue that. But I'm wondering if I were to come in here with some birch. See, that's not bad. I need a little bit of stuff going on here, but what if I were to come in with oak and or something else. Yep, that's it. We'll do it's going to be oak or it's going to be something else. That seems reasonable. Not spruce shelves. Oh, that's spruce logs. It's not oak logs. Do I do oak or do I do birch? Actually, let's do birch. Let's do some birch. Okay. Okay, let's get on with the whole stripping of the birch. And let's get some birch shelves here. I think we've got something cool going on. So let's get some birch shelves. And we'll sleep. Because that's a thing that's good to do too. All right. See, that's not bad. Okay. I don't like it. Something about that I don't like. And I think it's because it's not oak. Or something. It's not sandstone is what the problem is. All right. Well, let's try that with oak instead of birch. And let's see what happens. All right. Birch goes away. And now we make with our oak stripping goodness. The one problem with the shelves, it's not surprising, but the problem I have with the shelves is that they're the stripped wood texture, which again is sort of the idea, but wow. Okay. Hang on, we must put some stuff away. All right. Yeah, I mean that's sort of the idea, right? You're making it out of stripped blocks, but then it doesn't always match up well with the. Yes, that's not bad. Yeah, it doesn't always match up well with the planks. Actually, what if I were to put that down? Oh, that's okay. I could do good things with that. And then let's get some birch trapdoors. I know, I just put all my birch away. Okay. All right, let's get some birch trapdoors. There and one. Oops. There. All right. There we go. That's... Wow. I want that to look good. It doesn't, but I really want it to. Okay, now I'm wondering if I should switch to the oak doors instead. All right, let's do one door and just we'll compare. Yeah, honestly, the oak might be the way to go here. Okay. Now I'm gonna have to replace those doors because I have to replace the floor underneath them. But it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. What if... Huh, I wonder... Let's see, do I have my redstone box around here somewhere? Probably, yes, there it is. It's a good place for it in my ender chest. Let's see here. What? Oops, hang on. Does it look better with the... without the stripes in it? Like, because when you redstone power these, right, it removes these little center pillar separator dealy bobs. And in this case, I don't think so. All right. Well, that's why we test things. Okay. Also, I want my block back, please. Please, can I have my block back? Oh, probably because my inventory is full. That would explain it, yes. All right. Okay. Because, yeah, I could do the same sort of thing in here as well. All right, hang on. We're going to need a couple more. All right. So we get ourselves some oak shelves. There we go. And we fill in here. All right. That's the thing. This looks a little funky. Yeah, that definitely is looking a little messed up, but it looks great from this side though. And that's what matters. It's what's on the outside that counts. Okay? It's not what's on the inside. That's just silly. No, it's what's on the outside that counts. And this is what's on the outside, and that looks better. Yeah, yeah. We're just totally gonna ruin everybody's self-esteem or something. Yeah, totally. That's absolutely how this is gonna work. All right. So anyway. Okay, so that goes through there. We now happen to have a bunch of extra logs and things, which is fine. That's spruce. It's going to go elsewhere. All right, levers can go back into the redstone box. Awesome. All right. Yeah, it does. It looks really funky from this side. Just a little bit of a mess, but that's okay. But so far, oops. Okay. I mean, obviously we've got darkness happening here, but we'll solve that at some later date. But yeah, I like what this is doing, and I like the benches. There's some other things I might do with them, but for now they're not bad. I said I could. Yeah, let's. No, I'm not. I don't know. I feel like I should have something on top of those, but that's not it. I don't know what it is, but that isn't it. Okay, cool. So, I guess, on the other hand, maybe is the answer more honey? I think the answer is more honey. It's a little bit of an issue. Well, not that much of an issue, but it's a little bit of an issue here with these taller ones. But that's okay. I kind of like that. All right, it's a little bit better here where it segments out a little bit more, or actually hides a little bit more. Maybe is the right way to put it. But yeah, I'm okay with that. All right, we're doing okay. Yeah, I might do a little bit more out with some of these, but for now it's fine. All right. All right, we're doing good. Let's see. So is there anything else? Tell you what, let's head back into the red brick building. I want to take a look at the lanterns that Snoopers put together. Now let's take a look, see if the copper is oxidized on this one yet. It's getting there. This is one of those, we're doing a side-by-side test here. This one I think looks better with these unoxidized when they're fully orange, but kind of letting them fade. This one I think is going to look better when they go fully green. When they fully oxidize up. Hey, Tempu, how's it going? Welcome in, welcome in. Hopefully you're having a good day over there on the YouTube side of the house. Yeah, so we're going to see it. Because I really like the contrast of the green trap doors in front of the orange fire. But we'll have to play with that a little bit. Once they oxidize, we can really look at the colors. This one might be okay with just this first oxidation stage. Once this goes blue, there won't be as much contrast with the fire. And I don't think that's going to be quite as nice, but we shall see. I'm doing okay. A little bit of a headache today, but otherwise doing all right. Fortunately, it's not nearly as bad as it was this afternoon. I was worried I was going to have to cancel stream. But doing better. Okay. So the church is coming along. Adding the steeple here definitely has helped. Yeah, take some aspirin. Yeah, I took some ibuprofen a few hours ago, or an hour. I guess it was a couple hours before stream, and that took care of most of it. And then it started feeling better about the time I got done with dinner. And for the most part, what's causing it is actually it's a tightness in my neck. And so sometimes if I realize I'm sitting wrong, it sort of pinches, and yeah, it's a tension thing that just stinks. Okay. He's cold. Yeah, so okay. So we're good. So we've got the steeple. We've got ourselves a walkway. I do need to do some details here. I get a massage for my neck. Yeah. Yeah, tell my wife, hey, you just got home from work. You need to rub my neck now. That's how that's going to work, right? Yeah, not so much. Not so much, but... Which, you know what's hilarious? I live next door to a masseuse. She runs a massage business out of her apartment. And I have never once taken advantage of her massage skills. You know? You would think that would be something I would maybe do once. And we've lived next door to her for 25 years. Oh, it's silly. But yeah, it's something I should do. In any case, so the roof is looking okay. There's some detailing I think I want to do, but overall it's looking good. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of stuff to do with the walls here. Well, that will come in later. Once I know a little bit more what's happening with the interior, then I can sort of worry about how that's going to work with the exterior. The other thing I need to figure out is what type of floor I want to put in here. Okay. Obviously, it's not going to be snow, right? And that I just don't know what it's going to be. If I want to do it something like dark oak, do I want to make it oak? Yeah, probably not oak. If I'm going to use that for the details, I don't want that for the floor. Birch is wrong. So it's one of those things I need to sort of figure out, but that may be a problem for future me as we go forward. Also, I've been flashing this off and on as I've been coming in here. Oh, you've got to go study? Yeah, this is a potion brewer. Also, good luck with your studies. Yeah, this is a one or many. You can right click and it will brew one batch of potions. Or if you flip the lever and then hit it, it will brew all the potions. Which is going to be cool. And then you just select your ingredients from down here. So it'll be really cool. But I need to finish getting it all set up. I think the redstone is done. I just have some need to start getting ingredients in. Unfortunately, that's really painful to do. Because you have to fill them in from back here. So I haven't decided yet if I'm going to maybe put hoppers in the chests over the top here. And then you can come up on the second floor and just fill the chests, or I don't know. I have not been thinking about it. Okay, that's not true. I have been thinking about it, just not getting very far. In any case, it is also getting kind of late. So let's go ahead and call it a day, because it's been good. Camera, there we go. I want to thank all of you for hanging out with me today. It's been fun. Headache notwithstanding, it's been great to have all of you here. I want to give a special shout out to my supporters over at musicfreegaming.com. And yeah, if you want to help support the channel, that's the place to do it. Also, yeah, Edge, it was great to chat with you this evening as well. And again, there's my schedule. Next stream, I will not be streaming on Thursday. Thursday is Christmas. I will not be streaming on Christmas Day. It's a great day to spend with family. But then I will be streaming Saturday morning at 7:30 a.m. U.S. Mountain Time. So be sure to subscribe, follow, whatever, and turn on notifications and YouTube and Twitch or whatever will tell you when I'm live. Or if you're in the Discord, you can grab the there's a role for stream pings. You can get that too. So however you want to do it. But until next time, be excellent to each other. Merry Christmas. And this is Music Free Gaming signing off.